Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Bree and you are watching the Newton Fam. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 10 tips and tricks for trying to conceive a child. So this is also known as TTC, or I know people do like TTC tips and tricks. TTC just stands for trying to conceive. So I'm going to share my tips and tricks for when you are trying to conceive, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and after you will browse the channel and consider subscribing if you enjoy the content we have here on the page. It is a family, lifestyle, motherhood, and pretty much all around channel. We try to put out just content that is us and pertains to us, and this subject is kind of important for me because personally when I got pregnant, I didn't use any tips, I didn't try any tips, I just kind of did. So now that we are considering possibly conceiving baby number 2, then these are some tips and tricks that I have thought about that if we do try to conceive, because I did take a live pregnancy test in a video here a while back. So if we do try, then these are some things that I would try, and just stuff like old wise tales, things that people say might work. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional in any way. So if you do have issues with trying to conceive after a long period of time, I would suggest going to see a doctor, infertility, or anything of that nature, because again, these are just things that you can try at home to conceive. But if they do not work and it doesn't work at all, or if you feel that there is a problem, please go talk to your doctor and they can seriously help you with anything pertaining to that. You can see infertility doctors, you can take medication. So don't give up if you are trying. And if you can't, God has a reason for everything. And I believe that if you cannot, whether you're religious or not, there is a plan and there are other options for conceiving. So again, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get right into our tips and tricks. Okay, so tip number 1 is to do your research. So for me, when I conceived, again, I wasn't trying tracking or anything like that, and honestly, I had no idea about ovulation, fertility windows, reading about stuff. So I would suggest that if you are trying to conceive, the first step would be researching, learning about ovulation, learning about fertility windows, learning about your period, starting to track it. You can buy ovulation test and anything of that nature, but I would just do your research, watch YouTube videos, read books, read blogs, anything like that when you're trying to conceive, because the more you know about conceiving and what it takes to conceive, how to conceive, just different things like that and stuff that you can personally do for your body, it will be so much better for you in the long run. So please just educate yourself, do your research, read up on it, learn about things. Like for me, when I first saw the word TTC, I was like, what is TTC? And then I found out it meant trying to conceive, and I was like, wow, there's so many acronyms for when you're trying to conceive a child. So if you just do your research, learn about it. Honestly, if you watch YouTube and you enjoy it, there are so many videos on this. So just do your research, learn about it, start tracking ovulation and different things like that, and you will be educated to start trying to conceive your baby. So tip number 2 is going to be getting off of your birth control. Now this is kind of a two-sided topic, because some people can get off of their birth control and get pregnant right away just like that, and then other people, you might get off your birth control prior. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to try to get pregnant, I would probably come off your birth control a couple months in advance, so then that way your body can regulate its period and regulate it being back natural without the birth control and give you a good chance. But like I said, you can either get off birth control and get pregnant right away, or you can get off birth control and it can take you a couple months for your body to be ready and regulated to conceive. So tip number 3 is start taking your prenatals now. If you were saying, oh, it's November, I want to try to conceive in January or February, start taking your prenatals then, because prenatals are not just for when you're pregnant. You can start taking them to get your body prepared to conceive your child, and if you take them ahead of time, it could be beneficial in helping you to try to conceive. So number 4 on my list is to stop drinking alcohol. Now, I'm not saying, oh, if you're an alcoholic, if you drink alcohol like every week and every day, like 3 or 4 times a day, that's not what I'm talking about. Like if you're that person that wants to have a glass of wine with dinner every night, or every night you want to kick back and read your book and have a glass of wine, probably replace that with some water, because if you are drinking alcohol like that, it could affect you negatively when trying to conceive. Plus, it just makes your body healthier when you are off of alcohol. I know they recommend sometimes just for health purposes, not even trying to conceive, that you should not drink alcohol. Like you should just take a break. If you drink alcohol regularly, even a glass of wine daily, you should stop that for like 30 days, let your body get healthy off of it, and then just go back to your regular thing on it. So definitely if you're trying to conceive, I would not recommend drinking that glass of wine at night. Just skip it, have a glass of water, and like I said, have a glass of water with your prenatals or something like that to just take your mind off of the wine and get your body healthy and ready for conceiving. The next tip that I have is to just get healthy. This ties into my previous tip that I had just mentioned about getting healthy and off of alcohol to let your body be healthy. So for this one, it's just going to be getting healthy all around. So that means working out. If you have a gym that you go to or you want to sign up for a gym, just start a healthy routine. Then that's eating clean. If you start eating clean, healthy foods, start a diet, not so much as to lose weight, but just a healthy diet to keep you energized and not eat foods that bog your body down and make you tired. You could also do a detox just to get your body nice and cleansed, so that way when you do begin working out or eating clean or anything like that, your body will be nice and healthy and ready to start that. So honestly, and even if you don't want to be like that, oh, I'm in the gym every day and working out and pushing hard and doing all of these HIIT exercises, just add more healthy and active things to your lifestyle. So just live an active lifestyle. Put activities into your schedule. If you have to drive to the mailbox, maybe walk to the mailbox one day. You don't have to run or sprint or anything like that. Just decide, oh, I'm going to walk to the mailbox. Or, oh, you know what? Before I go to bed, I'm going to take a quick walk around the block or around the neighborhood. Or just go to the mall and walk around 3 times and say, okay, I didn't even go shopping. I just walked around my mall 3 times a day, and just add something healthy in your activities throughout the day to get your body healthy so that you are ready to conceive and at your best, and your body is ready to conceive as well. So my next tip is going to be figuring out your fertility window and your ovulation date. So just for this, I would say like get on Amazon, get on eBay, order you an ovulation kit test where you can just pee on strands and it'll track your ovulation. Clear Blue, I believe, has a ovulation prediction test where it'll give you smiley faces based on when you're ovulating, when you're not, how you're ovulating, how much you're ovulating. So I would just do things like that. Start tracking your ovulation. Like I said previously, research on ovulation tracking and when your body will ovulate. Start tracking your periods. Start tracking your ovulation. Start tracking the times when you would be most fertile, so that way when you plan to try to conceive, you know when the timing is right, so that way you have the best chance of conceiving when you're ready to do so. So my next tip is actually very obvious, and it's just going to be sex. So you do not need to just have sex once when it says, oh, this is my ovulation date, I'm just gonna have sex then. You actually want to try having sex 2 to 3 days before your ovulation date, during ovulation date, and after ovulation date, and the day before ovulation. So you want to have it within a span that you're ovulating. You don't just want to have sex on that ovulation day. So I would recommend, hey, if it's around that time ovulation or the week of ovulation, I would suggest having sex the whole week around that time, days before, during, after, everything. So you never know when would be the exact right time, but as long as you're in that ovulation window of your ovulation date, 2 days before, 2 days behind, 3 days, whatever it would be, I would suggest starting to have sex then. My next tip is going to be using pre-seed. So something that I was not educated on is lubricants can actually damage the sperm. So pre-seed is just a lubricant that does not damage it. So most lubricants do damage or prevent the sperm from moving a certain distance so that you can ovulate and become like conceived or start to carry your child. So you don't want to use just any lubricant when you are having intercourse to try to conceive. You want to stop that, and if you do need to use a lubricant, please try pre-seed. It is called, you can find it online, just look at pre-seed, order it and use that instead, because it does not have the spermicide, I believe is the word. I believe it's spermicide, because most lubricants do have spermicide, which can prevent you from conceiving because it damages and prevents the sperm. So use pre-seed if you must use a lubricant. If not, then just don't use any lubricants at all, because most people do not know, but it can be damaging when you're trying to conceive. So do not use any lubricants. So my next tip is going to be, after sex, elevate your booty and your legs. So after you have sex, you want to prevent the sperm from like coming out or just not being able to go where it needs to go. This is a little TMI, but yes, you don't want to prevent it from going where it needs to go. So if you need to take a pillow and prop it under your back, or lift your legs up and like prop them maybe on the headboard or something like that. Like if you have sex at night, it could be easier because then you don't have to worry about it. You can just prop yourself up, go to sleep, just relax. I say 10 to 20 minutes you should be good with having yourself propped, whether it's pillows under your feet, under your back and feet, just to make sure that you are not having just intercourse and then the sperm is just coming out and not being able to do the job that it needs to do. Okay, my last and final tip is going to be just having fun. You want to have fun. You don't want to stress. Just be relaxed going through this process. Don't stress about it. Don't have added pressure about it. If it's going to happen, it will happen. Take your time. Don't make it a chore for you or your significant other that you are trying to conceive with, because if it becomes a chore, then it's not enjoyable for either of you, and it just won't be very, I want to say, what is that word? It won't be very productive for it to be a chore. If it's something that you're trying to force, trying to do this, trying to do that, just don't. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time that you are trying, and don't be discouraged if you get negative test after negative test after negative test, because you will get that positive soon, and you just have, it's all about timing and planning. And I believe if you pray as well, timing, planning, God's plan, it will happen. So just try not to stress, and if you're over stressed or over anxious about it and have anxiety, that can't be keeping you healthy so that you can conceive. So enjoy it, relax, have fun, and don't make it a chore. Alright you guys, so that is it on my 10 tips to trying to conceive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope maybe these tips can help you out, or if anything, you can be more educated on this subject if you are trying to conceive. As I said, we have a 2-year-old, and I did not try to conceive or force conceiving her, but it happened for me, and sometimes it can happen for you. And if it can't, watching these videos, these trying to conceive videos, learning, educating yourself, doing your research, trying these little things here and there that could help you to conceive when you want to, may help you in the long run. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will browse my channel and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in my next one. And if you are testing to conceive your next child or your first child, we wish you the best of luck, and we will see you next time. Bye.